everyone, welcome back. So today's video is talking about your past does not equal your future. Guys, this is such an empowering thing because there are so many examples in life that I've come across recently of people that had terrible pasts, like had things that happened to them that no human being should ever experience in this life, but have been able to use that past rather, as a platform really to just to just do great things in their life and use that past as a testimony to where they came from and where they are today. Now, like one person I think of, I just read of recently was Oprah Winfrey. Jeez, the first name. Oprah Winfrey. Here we go. All right. So Oprah Winfrey, if you don't know, was molested by her cousin, by her uncle, and by family friends as well. And whenever she was 14 years old, she gave birth to a little kid. Now think about that for a minute. Like, I'm not sure how, any of you ladies out there, how young you've been whenever you've had children, but could you imagine having having a kid at 14 years old? But not only that, after she had this little kid, I don't know if it was a boy or girl, after that the child actually died. And to think of, just put yourself in that life experience for a moment. Being molested by people that you thought loved you, right? Being molested by those people, and then going on from that bad thing that happened to have a kid as well. Like, my goodness, like, I'm sure none of us watching this video today could even remotely relate to that. And if you have, I am incredibly sorry for the atrocities that you've had to go through. But man, this woman obviously is incredibly successful in this life, and think about the amazing things that she has been able to accomplish in spite of the terrible past that she came from, in spite of all the things that were done to her whenever she was younger. Now, I don't know what the I guess broad picture of what her experience was. I just read that briefly. But man, could you think about this? Think about that for a second, man. That's an amazing story, of a testimony of what you can do if you're willing to change the perspective of it and realize that your past does not equal your future. Another gentleman who you might know of is Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was told by his teachers, people that are supposed to make you better, he was told by his teachers that he was lazy. They thought he was lazy, but not only that, they said that he would never amount to anything. Now, now this guy is, like, his name Einstein is just synonymous with anyone who we would consider an intellectual. Now, we sometimes use it facetiously, like, all right, Einstein, right? But at the same time, like, his name is now synonymous with anyone who is an intellectual, anyone who is smart, right? We call them an Einstein. Or we say about this kid who might be a young prodigy, like, wow, he or she is going to be the next Einstein, right? And, it's just like, you got to realize that your past does not equal your future. I mean, just giving a personal example for me is that, I was never good at sports whenever I was in high school or middle school, for that example. Not really even good at sports today even. But the only sport I'd actually do excel at, that I really have grown to love, is triathlon. And whenever I was younger, I was not good at football, like coordinated ball sport, I was terrible at. But here's the thing, if I would have let that past experience, those past stories, people that have made fun of me for not being good at sports, that tore me down, like, how hard is it to catch a ball, in football, and people that have made me feel inferior for that, because I actually even came to the point where I was making fun of myself to try to make people laugh because I was so bad that I would try to make people, like, pretty much tearing myself down trying to make people laugh because I was so bad. It was not a good scenario. But anyways, like, if I would have let that story though affect me to the point where I didn't even try whenever I considered going for Ironman later on, I wouldn't be here today. I guarantee you. I mean, I'm not sure. I can't guarantee anything, but I would put a whole lot of money. I'd put 10 grand on the fact that I would not be sitting here today talking to you if I had to let that story affect me today. Because triathlon has made a huge impact in my life as far as driving me to go for my goals, go for my dreams. I'm working right now. If you're not familiar with it, please follow me on Instagram if you don't, at Kona Qualified, to follow me along on this journey. But I'm working right now to qualify for the Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii, which you have to qualify for. The guys in my age group are doing like a 9 hours 30 minutes full Ironman, which is like swimming 2.4 miles in under an hour, biking 112 in less than 5, and running less than a 3:30 half marathon, right? Or half marathon. Jeez, that's slow. Running 3:30 for a full marathon, so stupid fast, right? And that's what I'm working towards. And I'm making progress every year. Like this year, I actually placed 39th in my age group at a half Ironman, which to me was a huge accomplishment. You can go back and watch that video. I'm pretty emotional in that. But hey, it's just like, guys, it just goes to show you that you cannot allow the words, the past experiences that you've had, the hateful words of people that have tried to tear you down, the past experiences that you very well might have gotten yourself into, whether it be a bad decision that you might have made in a moment or a lifestyle that you've been perpetuating for a long time. Your past does not equal your future. Hear me on this, guys. Your past does not equal your future. I mean, I just gave you two examples, well, three, including myself, but there have been so many people that have come in this world that have been phenomenal successes that had incredible, terrible past. And John Paul DeJoy is another example. This man was homeless twice while trying to launch his businesses. He was actually living with his son in a car for a period of time. Now think about that. Living in the car, living homeless with a kid while trying to get a business off the ground. Now this man is I think he's a co-founder of John Paul Mitchell Hair Care Products along with Patron Keela as well. So I mean, this guy is incredibly, sorry, mosquito, get out of here. What's up? But I mean, now this guy is a multi-billionaire, philanthropist, and just an amazing story of what you can do if you choose to not let your past dictate what your future is. So guys, if anything, let your past be something that gets you stirred up. Is like, you know what, I'm gonna achieve this stuff in spite of what I've been through. I'm gonna achieve greatness in spite of not achieving these things. Lewis Howes, another example. I'll close with this. Lewis Howes, another example of this, guys. He was actually molested as a young boy, and he just opened up about that recently, and he had some terrible experiences with that, obviously. But this man has gone on to, if you don't listen to his podcast, you should. YouTube Lewis Howes, amazing man. But this guy has been able to interview some of the greatest people across the world. Ray Lewis, Anthony Robbins, Mel Robbins, Sarah Blakely. I mean, just to name a few. Damon John. I mean, he's interviewed about a little over 500 people, I believe. But this man is incredibly successful because he chose to not let his past dictate his future. And that's what I want for you. Do not let your past experiences, not let the you that you used to be dictate who you should be and who you're going to be. Learn from it, grow from it, become better every day. Don't let your past control what your future holds. So anyhow, hope this video finds you well. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please share it out. Share it with someone who you know would benefit from it as well. Subscribe to this channel. New videos coming out every week with the goal of making us better together. So that's the goal every week, man. Better together is the goal. Please follow me on Instagram @KonaQualified. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Have an amazing day. See ya.